I'm super pro entrepreneur. Okay. Small business in this country is, to me, the backbone of the country. And I think that during COVID, when all these business closures, it was a multi-decade problem that we built in the wake of COVID by shutting down these small businesses. Kamala Harris has made it a point to lean into this and to make an effort to solve entrepreneur and small business problems by proposing a $25,000 write-off for new businesses in their first year. I think that's fantastic. And I think anything to spur on new business growth and new entrepreneurial ventures is extremely solid. The issue is two things. The first is most businesses don't make money their first year at all. So a tax write-off of 25 grand is a nothing burger because they're in the red. They're not making any money. Okay. The second is there's a lot of opportunity for this to be taken advantage of, much like a lot of the COVID stimulus, et cetera, by people just starting a new business every year. And then they just get a 25 grand write-off every time they start a new business. And that's their new entity that they operate. There's things that need to be cleaned up by this policy that still have huge holes in the bucket. But I do really like, and I think her head is in the right place for small businesses by trying to find ways to stimulate small business growth and new businesses. So I will give Harris credit for that policy. I think it's well-intentioned, and I think it goes the right direction to stimulate the economy instead of take money out of the economy. On the Trump side, I already talked about the tariffs. I think it's really positive, the outcome, even though I would never vote for a tariff. I would say the other side that is strong on the Trump policy, we know two things have been successful in the past that the Biden administration adopted and they did not go back on. Even though they called all the names and said it was all these bad things, they stuck to their guns as soon as they were in the presidency. And it was NAFTA 2, the new international trade agreements. The Biden presidency completely propped those up. The rest of the world expected that Biden would say, Trump's a jerk. We don't like him. We're rolling all those back. And then when they got the call saying, yeah, that deal's still on, the rest of the world said, oh man, I guess that's the new world we live in. So NAFTA 2, I think, is super strong. I think Trump is better positioned to negotiate the U.S.'s strengths in the global market. I think he's better positioned than Harris to do that. I think he understands, not just from his 4 years as president, but maybe his history in business. He understands a little bit more about how to negotiate and leverage the strengths of the U.S. with other countries. And I see globally we win more with Trump in that regard. I think he leans into the strength of the U.S. globally in a big way. And I think Harris, thinking about small business growth and entrepreneurial growth, is the right move for the government as well. I think that's a good policy.